You wanted to see me, sir?
Katie, step closer, please. For a long time, you've been one of my best agents. You've never let me down, and that's why I'll be counting on you for a delicate task. I'm sure before we start, there's a blank notebook on my chessboard. Please take it.
You have just taken a notebook. You can always access it by entering your inventory. By default, press I on your keyboard, and then, clicking Notebook inside your notebook, you'll find notes and a summary of your investigation in chronological order. This can help you when you're stuck.
Now tell me, what's your opinion of supernatural phenomena? What do you think of all these alleged events? I mean something that's really unusual, really strange, that defies all logic or common sense. Yes, I understand. Well, we'll see if your belief would be helpful during this investigation. You'll be going to New Orleans. 3 brutal murders have been reported to us, but the victims were not found in their entirety. Only some parts of them were discovered. And to make matters worse, dramatic stories and hair-raising rumors are spreading like wildfire by alleged witnesses. This isn't at all helpful, as government policy is to attract new immigrants to the city. There's too much hysteria around this case, so we have to sort out this problem quietly and undercover.
You mean you won't even let the local police know about me?
No, not even the local police. You'll be playing the role of a curious tourist who has come to enjoy the sights and sounds of the region.
Welcome to our city, ma'am. You'll be staying here in this small, cozy hotel. It's called the Albert Hotel. Please walk across the patio, then go right upstairs. Your suite is on the 2nd floor. Miss Catty! Miss Catty!
Hello?
Please come with me. There's been another murder.
Where are we?
Now we're some 15 kilometers from the city. This is a country hotel called the Bowmont. Normally, it's a very nice and peaceful place. I'm not exactly sure what happened here, and I don't know if it has anything to do with your investigation. But the police are searching all over the place, so I thought I should call you to come up here. If I could make a suggestion, you might want to check in at the reception desk before you start your investigation. Locals don't like strangers poking around, especially when they're trespassing.
Use your mouse to adjust the positioning of the game camera. The middle mouse wheel controls zoom in and zoom out. Also, you can enter menu properties and adjust the overall camera speed.
This combination doesn't work.
This is not a theater. Don't approach the dead. His soul deserves.
I have to examine that body at all costs.
How can I help you?
Are you the receptionist?
Of course I am, ma'am. What can I do for you?
I need a room and I want to check in. Do you have a vacant room?
A room has just become available, but unfortunately I have to tell you, there was a bit of an incident recently near our beautiful hotel. But I believe you'll enjoy your stay with us, and you'll feel comfortable anyway. I'm afraid that someone was murdered here. The body is still here.
Excellent.
Oh, are you pleased about that?
Well, I come from a small town, and this is exciting, in a way. You know, you don't see things.
I wish I had more guests with that kind of attitude. So, welcome to Bowmont. Here's your key. Your room number is 102. It's upstairs to the right. Our bellboy is waiting for you in your room. He'll help you with everything you may need.
Here you go. This is your room. Anything else, ma'am?
What can you tell me about the murder that took place here?
Mr. Borowitz Jr. and Miss Mirabelle were staying at this hotel. This morning, they both got up really early and headed over the lake. They rented a boat from where they planned to watch the sunrise. Then I heard Miss Kennard scream. This happened less than 2 hours ago. Everyone in the hotel awoke to her screams, but I don't think anyone knows exactly what happened. Now, Mr. Borowitz is lying in a wooden cart in front of the hotel, his body covered with a white sheet. Miss Mirabelle hasn't been found. Ma'am, the police and my boss, Mr. Wilbur, have forbidden me from sharing details of the case, so please don't ask me any more questions.
I don't want to be too much trouble, but let me ask one last question, and then I'll drop it. I promise not to tell anyone.
Okay, one question, and then that's it. The boat hasn't been found. It's disappeared or something.
Thank you. Someone might have left tweezers here. A garden pedestal with a tiny boot footprint.
I'm sorry, but I'm busy at the moment, ma'am.
I have to stand here all day long, waiting for guests. Could you do me a favor? I'm learning how to read. Could you bring me something to read so I can practice? Mr. Wilbur would beat me if I left.
If you open your notebook and select the bottom icon on the right panel, the one with the masks, you'll see what the characters think of you. You can affect their emotions through your conversation choices and your actions. Certain conversation choices are available only if the character has the required emotional levels. In other words, a character must be able to like you enough or dislike you enough to unlock the conversation.
Oh, thank you very much, ma'am. You're a sweetheart. True, I can tell you whatever you think you need to know. I've heard him grumble that he needed a stronger drink. There was our gnome, but someone took it as a souvenir, I suppose. A lot of people miss that little fella.
I'm sorry, but I've reserved this bottle for my private collection.
I should divert his attention somehow. There's a hammer inside. It might come in handy. A good water tap. A good water tap. The water tap in my bathroom is broken, and water is now gushing out from the pipe. Could you please take a look at it?
I'll be right with you. And would you be so kind as to tell me what's actually happened to the water tap?
You know, 1 minute you have a perfectly good tap, and the next you have this mess.
Please leave now. I need to be alone for a while. Thank you.
I only need to ask you a couple of questions, if you don't mind.
My goodness, you're quite an annoying journalist. Okay, I'll tell you what you want to know, but it won't be for free.
What lousy service! I've been waiting for quite a while, but I can't pin down a waiter to pay my bill. I want to pay my bill. Well, at last. Here are $2, and you can forget the tip.
Thank you. Mr. Borowitz suffered a single slash across his chest. The cut is extremely neat, which means that the murder weapon was unusually sharp. With this type of injury, the killer must have been drenched in the victim's blood.
I hardly ever spoke to her, though she's a regular guest. Let me think. Once she mentioned that she adores fresh flowers in her room. I noticed that Mr. Wilbur found something on a jetty after the murders. He locked it in his office.
That looks like evidence. A shoe print and an old Confederate coin. Interesting.
What are you doing here?
I got lost.
You ain't fooling me. You were stealing some of Mr. Wilbur's stuff. This.
Please don't. I was just looking for some food, since the hotel restaurant is still closed. Is there anything I could do for you to demonstrate my honesty?
Well, there is one thing. An old fountain on the hotel patio. I'd like to make it work again, you know. It's not a mechanical problem. It's just that I can't figure out the pressure system.
I could give it a try.
Very well. I left the back door open. Walk through the cafe and through the courtyard behind it. From there, look for an underground entrance to a basement room. Continue through the basement until you reach the machine room.
Wow, someone really loved pipes and tubes. Well, and I've brought one old fountain back to life.
What is...
I just fixed your fountain.
Fountain? Isn't the one you created in your...
I love water.
Yep, I've noticed you do. Well, anyway, thanks for your help. I better get back to fixing your bathroom tap.
And here's the lost gnome.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you, dear. That bathrobe is so soft, isn't it? Of course you can have it. Please be my guest. Thank you. So, you're curious about what's happened here, are you? Want to hear the story, do you?
I'll be taking some notes if you don't mind, okay?
No, I don't mind it at all. So, it started well before dawn. I saw Mr. Borovitz and that girlfriend of his walking to the jetty. Together, they jumped into the boat and rowed away from shore. That cheese clung tightly to him the whole time. They kept laughing, as if they lost all awareness of their surroundings. And then, I spotted it. A shadow, or something of that sort, emerged a few yards behind them. It was just horrific. It hovered on the surface of the water, and you could see right through it. No, never. I've never seen anything like that before.
And then what happened?
I panicked. I started screaming and ran out of here. But they disappeared before I got to the jetty. Both of them and the boat were out of sight. Some 15 minutes later, the caretaker discovered Mr. Borovitz's body.
Your windows don't face the lake, so you must have been in the corridor at the opposite side of the building when it happened. Why were you spying on the couple?
Mr. Borovitz was showing a certain affection towards me. I must confess that I'm very lonely. As a matter of fact, I envied their love for one another, in a way.
What's going on here?
This man is charged with 2 counts of murder. I'm arresting him now.
Please go to your hotel and get some sleep. It's the Albert Hotel down the street. I'll meet you here, near this underpass, tomorrow morning. In the meantime, is there anything I can do for you? I'll find out what I can. If you need help, there's a girl named Allison who lives near your hotel. She's always taking on short-term jobs. Today she's probably painting lampposts in a city square. You might want to meet her.
That man in the light beige suit. I saw him at the Bowmont Hotel soon after the murder. Hello, you must be Allison. I'm Katie.
Oh, I'm so glad to meet you.
And I'm delighted to hear you say that. Do you see the guy in the white suit?
Yes, of course.
He was in the Bowmont Hotel the morning of the killings. Do you know him?
He's a wealthy plantation owner, Mr. Jacobs.
I should take a closer look at him.
It shouldn't be much of a problem. Tonight, there will be a masked ball at a mansion in the wealthy suburbs of the city. All high society will be there.
Well, I'm not invited.
What a shame. I'll be there. They've hired me as a kitchen help for the occasion.
That's just excellent. You could spy on Mr. Jacobs.
What? Why would I do such a thing?
I'll pay you double the regular wage you would otherwise get for this job.
You mean $10? Perfect. Where can I meet you?
I'm staying at the Albert Hotel. Please meet me there after you find out something.
I broke into Mr. Jacobs' office last night and got these documents for you.
So what do we have here? A map with a location marked in red and a certificate. Let's take a closer look. This certificate says that Mr. Jacobs is the government's special envoy for national security. But then, what's all this about him being a rich plantation owner?
It seems like you found what you need.
My search isn't over yet, but thank you very much, Allison. You've been an enormous help. Well, I've got something. Perhaps you should look—
The place is set way back in the marshlands. You'll definitely need help getting there. I'll find my way into the marshlands, but those parts are not visited by many people. Actually, no one goes there, but if you want, I could guide you.
Perfect. Let's go to the Marshlands.
Now we should be at the location marked on your map.
Hold on. Let's have a look around.
As you wish, but I do need to get back. Please be careful. This could be a very dangerous place.
These waters are shallow and full of alligators. I ain't going swimming here. Oh gosh, my poor head. This trapdoor won't open. A wooden crate is blocking it. Ugh, yuck. The cheese smells really awful. Ugh, incredibly awful. It's a massive wooden crate. Oh, too heavy for me, but perhaps using a leverage, I could move it just a bit. Ouch, I don't have the right tool for it, and I would probably hurt myself. A rat. Oh, as long as that beast is running around over there, I'll be staying over here. No way. Even if all the treasures of the world were hidden down there. All right then. This should keep it busy for a short while. Most rodents are lactose intolerant, so feeding them cheese is not good for them. But somehow, I don't feel that much compassion for it. This looks like an illegal distillery. A distillation tower for distilling liquor. The input pipe is made of solid alloy, the flanges clamped with bolts and nuts. The collection vessel. There's still some delicious... What the heck? It's vitriol. Why would anybody store... Vitriol is useless, but I should brush up on my knowledge of chemistry and find a use for it. Here we go. Now I heat it a little bit and have hydrochloric acid. Historically, it was called muriatic acid, or spirits of salt, and was produced from vitriol, sulfuric acid, and common salt. I found a shipwreck in a remote location of the Louisiana marshlands. There's no way to get inside the wreck without the right equipment, but I'm certain this is a Civil War ironclad. That ship shouldn't be here. It really shouldn't. I assume that this is why the place was marked on Agent Jacob's map. Even though it could explain the government agent's interest, there's no connection with the murder case.
Finally, you're here. It'll be getting dark in a few hours. We should go right now.
Have you noticed the shipwreck?
Well, the marshlands can expose you to many different things. Sometimes it's better just to leave them alone. Believe me. I've got some news for you. I accidentally overheard, these people always chatting up a storm on the street. That Lady Kennard is engaged to a certain Mr. Michael Sunderland.
Sunderland. That sounds familiar.
He was arrested in New York on charges of fraud a few weeks ago. I just saw Lady Kennard stroll by. You may want to talk with her.
just learned that Michael Sunderland is your fiancé. Is that true?
Yes, but why do you ask? Do you know him? Well, well. Enough of this hypocrisy. Enough of this charade. Fine. I'll tell you my story. I've just come from the north where my fiancé is. He's in deep trouble. Held prisoner in New York. The Belmore Express Company claims that he robbed them of $5,000.
That sounds serious.
They charge him with committing a robbery in Boston, but hold him in New York. I went north for the purpose of getting an extradition for his immediate return to Boston. When I got there, I was shocked to find that nearly all of his influential friends had sided with the company. I've almost gone mad, unable to get the papers for my poor fiancé, who will languish in jail for God knows how long.
Miss Kennard, you have my sympathy. It always hurts when friends turn their back on you.
Yes, indeed. Now, if you'll please excuse me, I must write a letter to my fiancé to let him know I am in New Orleans.
I'll take it to the post office for you.
Oh, no, thank you. I don't wish to trouble you. Mr. Wilbur's going down to Betsy's and he'll post it for me.
There's another thing that we need to do. Miss Kennard is writing a letter to her fiancé. I think it's an important one. Do you think you could get a hold of it? She's going to send it to Betsy's via Wilbur, so you might want to get him drunk to snatch it.
Certainly. I think I can do that. Perhaps you could find me a bottle of wine and some glasses?
Wine? Are you going to seduce him?
No, but it should sufficiently distract him when I grab the letter.
Okay, I'll get you a bottle of wine and 2 glasses. Here you go.
A bottle of wine and 2 glasses?
Yes.
Thank you. I'll try my best.
It was a busy day, so I guess I should get some rest.
I'm afraid I don't have good news for you. I managed to get Miss Kennard's letter, but it doesn't seem to contain any interesting information.
Could you read it to me?
Dear Michael, I'm now in New Orleans. With love, KK.
That letter was written with haste, and though it doesn't point to suspicious activity, we can't rule her out just yet.
Maybe she's just waiting for her fiancé. Do you have any new tasks for me? No problem. I just saw Max enter Square Park. I suppose you've been talking to him about Borowitz's affair. Did he help you any?
What are you talking about? Who's Max?
Max is a local pharmacist, a phony doctor. He was asking about you and about your relationship with Mr. Borowitz. Don't worry, I didn't say anything.
Why is he taking an unusually keen interest in this case, and in me? He must have heard that I was at the Bowmont Hotel, asking questions about the Borowitz case.
You could find out. He's always looking for helpers with good judgment. It could be just the thing for you.
I've heard you're looking for a volunteer.
Correct. Although it's more a test subject than a helper, if you're okay with that. I need someone to try to solve my riddle. It's not that hard, and I hope you'll find it entertaining. Excellent, you've made it. You did a good job. Here's your reward of $10. And now, please excuse me.
I don't want your reward. Tell me, Max, why are you so interested in the Borowitz case?
Now that's very interesting. You've got an analytical mind, so we could discuss it.
I'd love to.
And I'm delighted to hear you say so. You know, detective work is a hobby of mine. But this isn't the place for such a conversation. You must pay a visit to my pharmacy in the suburbs near the East Harbor. It wasn't difficult. That imprint of yours belongs to a pretty unique boot. Not a lot of people still wear those. In fact, one shoemaker told me that he sold a matching pair last month.
Do we have the name of that customer?
No, but it was a home delivery. The customer lives on this street, across from a tailor's.
I should pay a visit to that house. Nobody's opening the door. I'd better ask around. By any chance, do you know who lives behind those doors?
Oh, yes. Splitsy Jones. Yes, a little. I bring him food from Miss Broussard every Friday evening.
Anything peculiar about him? The way he acts or talks?
No. Nothing except he scares easily. He keeps his doors locked night and day, and when you knock, he won't let you in until he peers through the crack to identify you.
Interesting. I'd like to get a look at him. Say, the next time you're going in there, why don't you look around? You could let the door open and...
No way! He's always behind it.
Looky here now. Just let me stay behind you when you take him his supper, and I'll give you a quarter.
Oh, sure.
He's not opening.
That's strange.
Has he ever missed his Friday supper before?
No, he's been living here almost 3 months now and he's never missed a meal. He always tells me how important routine is to him.
Do you have any new tasks for me?
The suspect, the dockyard janitor, doesn't fit the typical profile of a serial killer. His arrest was a coup de théâtre, astonishing and hasty. The police must know something that I don't. Find out what it is.
Okay, I'll do my best. Oh, I almost forgot. I've arranged for you to meet with the pathologist. He may have some inside knowledge. I mean, information about the last victims. He'll be waiting for you in Square Park.
Thank you. I'm sorry to be impolite, but I'm supposed to meet a pathologist here, and I know you're an undertaker, so perhaps you could help me.
Yes, it's me. I'm an undertaker and a pathologist. You know, my hobby and my profession.
Remarkable. I read your report, and if I may ask, you believe the same person killed both Borowitz and Archer, the first victim?
Absolutely. The technique used in both murders was the same, and the same weapon was used in both killings. Yes, premeditated.
Premeditated?
Celestial message as to whom was chosen by the Lord to sweep them with the broomstick of destruction. Who knows?
Ah, who indeed? But back to the facts. I assume you weren't surprised by what happened that night.
I am never surprised at the mysterious workings of the Almighty.
All right, that'll be all. Thank you for your time. Lastly, this is pretty much it for the day's agenda, so I should go back to the hotel and get some sleep.
I was looking for you. It's just incredible all that's going on here.
Why? Do you know something that I don't?
I sure do. I found out that the dockyard janitor has an airtight alibi. He was being held in jail at the time of the second murder. He had been arrested for drunkenness and disorderly conduct. So the police must know for sure that he can't be the killer. They must be certain about that.
That's odd. I should really pay him a visit to get his version of the story.
It shouldn't be very complicated. He's being held at the police station, just a few steps from your hotel. And one more thing. You'll have to devise a plan to get in. If I were you, ma'am, I'd pretend to be a family member. Relatives are usually allowed to visit inmates.
I came to see the dockyard janitor that you arrested recently. He's my cousin.
Are you sure we're both talking about the same person?
He's a very distant cousin of mine.
Yep, I can see. However, I'm afraid I can't let you in. Lockdown means that no visitors are allowed except in extraordinary circumstances.
Over here! Can anybody hear me?
Psst, be quiet. I'm coming to meet you.
Is it you? Please get me out of here, and I'll tell you everything.
I quite honestly feel that you should...
You know how I feel? I feel like someone drowning in a river because he can't drag himself up the bank. And instead of giving me a hand, you point out that the other bank is much better to crawl out on. You know, I visited friends that night. When I returned at about midnight, I made a lot of noise. I'm really sorry for that, but I'm sure I saw something. After a while, I came out again on the jetty and looked round very carefully because I couldn't understand what had happened.
Did you find something?
Oh, yes. But I won't give you any more information until you get me out of here.
All right then, I'll set you free, but not just yet. We'll need a fake bail release document for you first.
This place isn't very well secured. Could you get me a pin? That should do the trick.
I think it's unnecessary to tell you not to leave, so wait for me here, please.
May I help you? This isn't exactly a gentleman's accessory, but from time to time it comes in handy, so I always keep a few of them.
Have you found me a pin?
Hey, reach out a little bit and catch it.
I'm so glad you helped me out of that dump.
There are too many cops all around here. We wouldn't get very far.
Of course. I could hide in the building over there. It's an old powder mill, and no one has been there for many years. Please come pick me up after dark, ma'am. I'll show you the place where I hid the evidence.
There's no time to talk now. I'll come get you tonight. We're going to pick up the janitor. Take that fancy carriage of yours and follow me. But please, calm your horses. You mustn't detract any attention.
Well, I'm sure that a carriage in a pedestrian street is noticeable, but I suppose we've got no other choice.
The janitor will come in. We'll draw the window blinds and nobody will see him. Besides, everyone will presume that a wealthy merchant is passing through city center.
Please go ahead. I'll prepare our ride and catch up with you later. He's not here.
But why would the janitor risk leaving before dusk? I see his footprints here. He was walking around, probably waiting for me.
Wait. These imprints. They look like his body and hands. Damn! He must have been sucked into the sewer. Look through the hatch over there. I'd rather stay here if you don't mind.
Are you serious?
Look, I may be your guide, but I certainly didn't sign up for this. Crawling around in underground tunnels occupied by a man-eating beast.
Then I guess I'm on my own now. Oh, there's an alloy nail. It could come in handy. It's too strong. I can't take it. Who are you talking about?
I don't really know, to be honest. He's an old, insane Confederate soldier who thinks they're still fighting. He keeps saying he has to defend the fortress.
Fortress? Here? Now? 30 years after the war ended? That gate is locked, but I'll try to find him. I'll try to persuade him to let you go.
Well, behold, what a surprise. We have guests here.
Hello, how are things? I hope your day's been going well.
Did you say day, dear mademoiselle? It's been a long time since we differentiated day from night.
Oh gosh, what a smell! Phew!
Oh, young mademoiselle, you seem a bit out of your element, but we're happy to have you here. With us anyway.
Why have you captured that man?
He was a spy. He was snooping around my stronghold. I just can't let enemies go. If that's the case, why don't you just prove it or shut up?
This might take a bit of effort to shape, but I'll make the perfect hook. A wooden railing. Perhaps I could use a heavy object to take it apart.
Not that away, dear damsel.
Why?
He's a-waiting for you at that place. He'll kill you.
Who? Who's there?
The enemy? He's killed all my friends. I'm the only one left against him. But he'll never take this fortress. I placed man traps at the edge of the trench.
I can't reach it. There's a wire trap blocking my way. It may be too dangerous to climb over it.
Stop. Halt. Now don't move. I bet you were sent here by that old rat. Exactly. He's been trying to kill me for over 30 years, but it won't be easy for him to get to me.
You know, I hate to tell you this, but the war ended. It's been long over.
Nope, not for me. I won't stop fighting until I invade that Dixie bunker.
Fine, but maybe you could help me anyway. Your rival has imprisoned a friend of mine, suspected of being your spy.
A spy? That's nonsense. I know that bunker like the back of my hand. I don't need any spies to kick his ass. If I had a few cartridges left, I would have gunned him down a long time ago.
Then help me persuade him. What about writing him a letter?
And why would I do that? What's in it for me? I hope you give me good union money. I don't accept any Southern garbage.
Of course. There's no other way.
Well, all right then.
It's damp in here. The door is completely rusted. It's wedged in there so tightly, I won't be able to move it. Not a single inch. That seemed to help a bit, but I still don't have enough strength to open it.
What the hell are you giving us, dear mademoiselle? A letter? A letter from him? He writes, in addition to a bunch of insults and offensive language. This man does not work for him. I got to admit, he's never deceived me even though we've been fighting for ages. He wants to destroy me, but at least he's honest. I can always believe what he says. We believe you, young damoiselle. Your friend is now free. Here. This here's the key.
Let's get out of here!
After all, I saw something the morning of the killings. There was a heavy fog making it impossible to make out their faces, but I'm sure I saw two people leaving on a boat. They walked in the boathouse and were carrying something as they left. It was a heavy object and it took a while for them to bring it to the boat. Then one of them boarded the boat again and sailed away. The other one ran toward the hotel.
Please, continue.
I'd hidden it in the log cabin on the jetty. You know, I was in a hurry, so I put it in an old chest that I wasn't able to open again. The chest has some strange opening mechanism.
All right, I'm gonna take a closer look.
I'll be waiting here for you. I can't walk further. If somebody sees me, they'll immediately call the police. Please don't enter the hotel. It's locked at this late hour, and the doorbell will draw too much attention. You had better walk around back and pass through the small gate in the fence. I've left it open.
Thank you.
I'm happy to see you again, Miss Katie. I'm still very grateful that you fixed the fountain. You may not believe it, but I keep goldfish in that fountain. Oh, I never thought that I'd take such an interest in fish. I'm sorry, but you can't go to the jetty. I can't allow you to go there.
If I take the goldfish, Mr. Wilbur will be suspicious. Hi, Allison. What are you doing here?
Hello. I'm part of temporary staff. You know, I ride with the wind. Well, now the wind blew me to this place, as well as these dead fish.
Can I borrow a fish from you?
Yes, of course. Go ahead. But they'll count them to make sure none are missing, so I really need to bring them back.
Should I switch Wilbur's goldfish for the dead one? Well, both look quite alike. Mr. Wilbur, something's happened to your goldfish. The way it swims is awfully strange.
Oh, no! Oh, gosh!
A chest with a strange opening mechanism. I'll try to pick that lock. Got that piece of evidence. Now I should calm down poor Wilbur and give him back the fish.
Normally, I could understand that my fish died in the fountain. That it managed to dissect its own body on its own? Now that's...
Hold on a moment. I'll look at it more closely. Aha! Look! Now it appears to be feeling better. Hi, Allison. What are you doing here?
Hello. I'm part of temporary staff. You know, I ride with the wind. Well, now the wind blew me to this place.
I can't just let them go as if nothing happened. I haven't sorted out everything yet.
Thank you. I've no idea what you can do with these, but I hope they help.
Aha! Look! I managed to open the log cabin's chest to get the walking stick.
I'm glad I could help. I'll be on my own now, I guess.
Good luck.
Can I make a suggestion? You might want to try and find the owner of that walking stick, a gentleman's accessory. And there just happens to be a gentleman's accessory shop a few steps away.
May I help you, ma'am?
Good afternoon. I've found this nice walking stick, and I'd like to give it back to its owner. Do you happen to know by chance who the owner is?
Oh, this is a unique piece. The only one of its kind. Yes, I know this stick. It belongs to our local pharmacist. He purchased it from me 2 weeks ago. He complained about his sore knees.
Thank you. You helped me a lot. What's happened to me?
Well, I've kidnapped you.
Kidnapped me?
Oh, yeah. For your own good.
So, this is great. Are you insane?
No! I snuck into your room at the Albert Hotel. I was looking for that map of yours. See, I'm a smuggler. And for some reason, you showed up with a map pointing directly to my modest but well-hidden distillery. I was going through your stuff when some men came in, and believe me, they were out to get you. One of them asked the other guy to cut you into pieces. I panicked. I grabbed you and ran.
Why didn't I wake up?
Well, I drugged you, of course.
Of course.
Do you remember your evening tea? That was it. Now I saved your life, I guess. So let's forget about that drugging incident, huh? And Missy, be careful. They'll find you.
Not if I find them first.
Excuse me, ma'am, I'm sorry, but you can't go any further. There is a famous 10-mile bicycle race underway. The street must stay clear. Only racers are allowed.
What was that sound? It must have come from the tavern over there. Is it you?
What the hell is going on here?
I've no idea. Sir, let me remind you that you're the one locked in a storeroom and reeking of alcohol.
Yes, I remember that. I saw Max the pharmacist running away from an angry hound. The poor old man ran as if his life depended on it.
I'd wanted to help him, but suddenly somebody hit me on the head from behind, and I only came around in this locked warehouse. There's a race in town, and I should already be at my post. Would you be so kind as to drop by Max's and ask him if he's okay? His pharmacy is a few blocks down the street.
I'm pretty hungry. I haven't eaten since yesterday. Wow, thank you. Nothing unusual. Oh, actually, I saw something. But it's supposed to be a secret.
A secret? What do you mean? Tell me.
Do you really want to know? I mean, it could be dangerous.
For God's sake, yes! Go on!
Okay, fine. I saw someone sneaking into this tavern the other night. He went to the piano, played some really strange melody, and then he put something inside the piano. I didn't see his face, but I bet he was very spooky. I can tell.
Thank you, Timmy. Your secret is safe with me.
No, nobody seems to have seen him.
He simply disappeared.
Excuse me, ma'am, I'm sorry, but you can't go any further. There is a famous 10-mile bicycle race underway. The street must stay clear. Only racers are allowed.
That dog looks very dangerous. I should divert its attention somehow. This combination doesn't work. This could distract him for a while. Well, here he is, the villain in the flesh. If I'm right, if he really is behind all of this, I can't confront him alone. I better get the coachman quickly, or send someone for him.
Of course, ma'am. I may not have the right to bargain with you, but since you're trapped here, and I may be in a position to help, do you mind doing me a favor in return?
What is it, Timmy?
I really need to sell all of these newspapers. Would you help me with them?
Hi, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be hiding somewhere?
Oh, I'm so glad to see you. I have to do some work to earn my keep. Besides, I found out that a guy working in a public place is rarely suspected of being a fugitive on the run.
Good luck with that. I need to sell a few newspapers. Would you buy one?
Sorry, ma'am, but I don't have any money here.
Fine, I'll buy it for you. If someone asks, please say that you bought it yourself.
I'm not much of a reader, but thank you.
I'm afraid I can't talk to you at the moment. Look at this. My velocipede is completely broken.
Would you like to buy the latest newspaper?
Not at all. I don't read that local rag.
I see. Tell me, what could I do to change your mind, sir?
Well, what a firm vendor. I like that. Find me a velocipede break and I'll be buying that thing regularly.
Splendid!
I'd rather not, thanks. The thing is, I can't read. I'll tell you what, I'm a do-gooder, so I'll buy it after you've done a little favor for me.
And that would be...
I saw a policeman walking nearby. Now, we've been through some rough patches, he and I, so I want you to paint his butt a bright color.
Nonsense. I can't do such a thing. Please don't be childish.
Come on! Let's try something new and fun. A nice lady like yourself could get away with it. There are many painters on the street. You should easily get the right equipment. Come back when the mission's done.
It's an ordinary paint bucket.
Ah, a noble deed. Fine, I'll take one. Yeah, that's right. He's a nice fella. Where did you get that name? This is a classified case. You're not supposed to know anything about it, Missy. I'll be keeping an eye on you.
It's done, you knave.
There, there. Don't be so hard on me. An ugly old guy like me can make a little joke, can't he, ma'am? I'm sure you're too sweet-tempered to get angry when I meant no harm. Show me that you have no malice. So long, and thanks for your efforts, Missy.
Katie! I'm glad to see you again.
Good afternoon, Max. A police officer sent me to make sure.
Aren't you sweet? I'm fine, but actually I'm in the middle of something. Could you please come back later?
May I offer you the latest newspaper?
How wonderful. I would have never guessed that you sell papers.
You never know these days, do you?
True, true. Okay, I'll take one. However, I don't have my wallet. I seem to have lost my briefcase while running away from a vicious dog. The briefcase is very important to me. Will you help me find it?
An open street drain, and Mr. Pharmacist's briefcase floating inside.
Pardon me. I'm busy at the moment. Thank you. I appreciate. Now, when I have my wallet back, I can finally buy your newspaper. Oh, thank God you're okay. Little Timmy gave me your message and I came as quickly as I could. Before we take him, we have one last thing to do. I was told that our suspect was receiving parcels through a secret mailbox inside a piano in a local tavern. We need to verify that.
Yes, Timmy told me.
He told you and you didn't follow the lead?
Okay, I'm on it.
Now it's time to pay a visit to your prime suspect, I suppose.
Yes. Will you stay where you are a moment? I'd like to speak with him alone. If there's a problem, I'll call.
No problem, ma'am. Back again, and apparently just in time.
Max, let's stop this charade. I know that you're connected to the murders.
Ah, that. I have no idea who you are. A cop? A detective? In fact, it doesn't matter, does it?
No, it doesn't.
He was getting himself into so much trouble lately. You know, there are always rules to follow, even in professions where you'd least expect it. I happened to notice the gentleman waiting outside. So, what's going to happen now?
Simply put, you will be arrested right now.
Congratulations. I have to admit your investigation exceeded my expectations.
Thank you, sir.
The local police found a body somewhere near Marrero. The description fits that of Mr. Splitsy Jones. Max, the pharmacist you arrested, is already in federal prison. We know that those two were working together, so we can close this case.
With all due respect, sir, there are still some questions that need to be answered about those murders. Max doesn't fit the profile of a lunatic. I mean, he's definitely not an unstable and insane individual as stated in the report. Also, he mentioned a profession when he was talking about crimes and Splitsy Jones. Please, let me interrogate Max. I can interview him to get some answers. Or at least I'll do a preliminary sanity test.
Nonsense. As I said, the case is closed. Take a nice vacation. Let's say 2 or 3 weeks and report for a new assignment afterwards. It's a lovely day outside.
Well, is it?
Take care, Max.